What do you hope that these superheroes can do for the city?
Help the Apollo Theater and save the day. Belvidere strong.
The news of the Apollo Theater collapse that left one person dead and dozens more injured didn't just impact adults, but these two brothers who wanted to do something for those impacted by Friday's tragedy.
To save the day and help the person that was hurt.
They brought several of their toys to the Kishwaukee River near the Apollo Theater to watch over the city of Belvidere on Saturday.
We just started to kind of get nervous because we both feel real bad.
This one especially was super upset in the morning, felt almost sick to his stomach, he said. They got their ideas together and figured out, instead of stuffed animals, because we normally do stuffed animals, we wanted to do superheroes.
These are our favorites and we wanted to give it to the person that was hurt.
The Thomas kids previously set up stuffed animals on 19th Street in Rockford, where Jordan Thomas, who is of no relation, was shot and killed almost 2 years ago. Their mom says she didn't expect them to do anything like this.
We got everything ready and hurried up and tried to get down here before it got too crowded, because it was a very busy scene down here. But I was super proud.
Despite this small gesture, Kayla Thomas couldn't believe the amount of people who have noticed what her kids have done for the city.
Basically that my kids touched them and that they also wanted to join in and everybody come together and be strong together.
Some Rockford residents don't mind the cooler temperatures, but this unpredictable weather across northern Illinois and in Rockford frustrates some people to the point where it impacts their mental health.
It definitely takes a toll on your body, on your mental health.
Marcos Lara works with Lara's Lawn Care. He says it's stressful cleaning his truck up for spring before a snowstorm suddenly returns to the area.
I definitely would like to go and have some free time, but it is what it is, We got to keep the roads clear for everyone, and, it's a job that got to get done.
Marcos says after the snowstorm concludes, he's physically drained from working 17 straight hours to clear it.
You're not really worried about the smaller stuff. You kind of just I just kind of want to get done, get these roads cleared so I can go home and get some sleep.
I feel like winter just had its chance, and it's March now. It's spring. I'm over the winter and the snow.
But it's not just snowplow drivers who are done with the snow. One Rockford resident says she can't wait for spring to officially start.
It's 50 degrees one day, and then I wash my car, and the next day I have to clean 3 to 5 inches of snow off of it.
I have an expectation, and then it's not being fulfilled. Even if it's going to be gone in 12 hours, after the snow accumulates or something like that, there's still this idea of, oh, here we go again.
Mental health expert Kevin Polke says since we can't control the weather, there are things we can do to stay optimistic for spring.
What we can control is, what am I going to wear? How's my outlook toward it? Is spring ever going to come? The answer would be yes. We're starting to see some spring, some buds coming up. So it's coming. It just may not be this weekend.
Elena adds this winter weather impacts her ability to travel to Chicago to have fun with friends and family. If passed, the Home Modification Program Act will allow people living with a disability, regardless of age, to make their homes more ADA accessible so they don't have to move elsewhere.
This is a bill for the disability community, by the disability community.
People living with a disability in Rockford and around the state could soon receive the necessary funds to make their homes more accessible.
Based on my experience with my grandmother, we had to put railing throughout the house, up and down the stairs to ensure her safety. That's what I think about when I push this bill.
If passed, State Representative Maurice West says the money will be distributed to independent living centers across the state, including RAMP in Rockford, to assist with those home modifications.
Anything that has an impact on them because of their disability, we want to address that and eliminate that barrier so they can age in place and remain as independent as possible.
RAMP's Eric Brown says it's important to offer an equal opportunity for everyone to live independently, regardless of any issues they face.
It's important that everyone has an opportunity to get in and out of their home and in the community and have access to everything that anyone else in our society might have access to.
And it's things that those able-bodied individuals such as myself and yourself, we may take for granted. It's those 3 steps from the porch that may keep them there.
Advocates say this bill can help give those living with a disability the ability to move in and around their homes worry-free.
It would be an opportunity for people with disabilities working with other people with disabilities across the state to make sure that we're all living in an inclusive and accessible society.
State Representative West hopes to pass this bill by the end of the spring legislative session in May in one of two ways: pass it separately through the House and Senate or include it as part of the budget implementation bill.